y'all, we are back from road tripping for the summer. 2 major road trips we did, one to the East Coast and one to the West Coast. We didn't explore every state in the East and West Coast. Whatever was on our way to our main destinations, we explored. If you are taking a life documenter on a road trip, there's going to be lots of photographs to document, and so I have quite a bit, but my printer ran out of ink. This always happens to me. So that's going to be on order. And then I still have to go through my hubby's photos, and he takes way more photos than I do. I'm more intentional, and he's just like just snapping away. As you've seen on my Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, that my daughter is also becoming a little photographer herself. It's the darn cutest, sweetest thing ever, and I'm totally encouraging that. And so I have photos from that too. And so there's all different kinds of styles and all different kinds of like landscapes and scenery. It's different. I quickly found out as I was getting my supplies together to start documenting that one collection just isn't going to do it. And so I actually kind of went through all my summer collections, and I was specifically looking for one that I knew was West Coast inspired. I knew there was one, and there was. It's by Crepe Paper. It's an old one called Oasis. Do y'all remember that one? I barely have bones of that one. I don't have much left, but I'm gonna bring it in, and hopefully this is when I just completely bust it and I'll be done with that collection. So I'll be adding a new and some old, and I'm excited to show you all what I have started on already. Now that I switched you to a desk view, I have to get rid of my ring lights, and I had to get more soft boxes so I wouldn't have this glare no more. But anyway, the notebook. So this is from a Heidi Swap. This is basically just a notebook, really, but I do like the width of it, so there's lots of places to put your photographs and to journal and to embellish. If you want to, you could trim, make dividers, and the paper isn't like super thick like the art journal from American Crafts. So this is just the California notebook. There's going to be multiples. So we went to Colorado, Utah, Arizona. Colorado, Utah, and Arizona will probably fit in this notebook. This is actually gorgeous. I just love the cover. It's really, really pretty. But the West Coast is a little different. We didn't do a lot of beach stuff. We did more of like mountain or desert or the city. Whereas in a lot of summer collections, there's a lot of beach or pool theme. We did do some pools because, of course, hotel, right? I needed to bring in product that wasn't so beachy because that just wasn't the feel. I thought I saw something left. No? Okay. So I decided to go with this chapter. I think this is the Scrapbook one. I think you could find this on scrapbook.com. It comes in a pack of 3, in case you're wondering. Decorated the front. Oh no, it's smeared. I don't understand why it's smeared. I did that a long time ago. It should have dried. Okay, I fixed it with my white eraser. It actually does come off with just a white eraser. I got the permanent Sharpie, just a classic Sharpie to the rescue, right? So, doesn't look too bad now. All right, in case that happens to you, just use a Sharpie if you're gonna write on the cover of a notebook. This is from Oasis, that collection, and it said West Coast. This is from the 6x6 pad. 6x8? 6x6, can't remember. And then these ephemera pieces, the sun, and this leafy, and this plaid or gingham heart. No, that's plaid. Is from the new Simple Stories collection that I put in this container. This is a fruit tray from Walmart. Reusing it. These enamel dots are from Round Trip by Maggie Holmes. These letters, which I need to get more letters like this because I don't have alpha stamps. I need to buy an alpha stamp that's kind of has that sort of just simple font. There we go. That's the one that was lifting. These are from the Crepe Paper sticker book. So it's from this one, the Journal Studio. by Crepe Paper. This is also from the Simple Stories new line. Just made it kind of simple, wanted it flat, nothing too dimensional, because it is going to be going into a binder with other notebooks. Okay, so the first page that I made, I haven't glued it down, so it is still lifting. I just wanted to write the cities that we really explored, or I have a lot of pictures of: Sacramento, Tahoe, San Francisco, and Joshua Trees. Now I know it's called Joshua Tree, but I put Joshua Trees because we didn't go to Joshua Tree. We were in California City and there's tons of Joshua Trees. Even though that's not a city, I'm still going to have a few pages with those trees. So this is again from that Simple Stories line. Sunny Days. This is from the travel line by Simple Stories again from this year. Happy Travels. That's from Sunny Days, and then again those enamel dots. And then I just thought it looked a little plain, so I added some washi. I really like this little Volkswagen van. It's cute. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I want to totally just start to document, but I ran out of ink, so I have to wait. In the meantime, I'll just show y'all. So I'm using so many collections, I separated them into containers and then I categorized them. So I put all the little hearts in here, and it's not just from one package. I think there's 3. And then any tabs go in this little pile. This is from the Happy Travels, so made a little pile with that, except for this. This is from Coast to Coast. And then I punched out some corners because I like to use photo corners in a notebook. Just gives it a nice finished touch to the photos. Again, into categories like food. Here's like some bathing clothing, just random stuff, summer stuff, the clouds. And then I didn't separate this too much into groups, just more like sizes. I have the labels and then bigger journaling spots. And then these are like words with maybe to write in one word. And then these are the sentiment bits that I haven't gotten out just yet, but I did the same thing for the Walmart reused container. The big bits go in here, and then I just added these. These are not part of the big bits ephemera pack, but they are long, so I added them in the big bits. Anything that was big from all the ephemera packs, I put them in the big bit pile. Then all of this is words, because when I know that a page is going to have a title that I'm going to put on there, either with stickers, stamps, I don't want to go through my ephemera and have like 20 pieces with phrases or words on them. I waste so much time. So I put it into a category of words. So I know all this ephemera is going to have words. A page is not going to have a title. I will come in here and see what word goes best with the picture I have. Small words are in here. That's going to be kind of tricky. I thought about putting that somewhere else. These are some journaling spots that come in the other packs that are not part of the journaling ephemera pack. And then I also put in the tags, because you could always like punch out a circle and put journaling here. And then all the florals are grouped in here. I have the floral pack and any other florals that were a part of any other ephemera pack. I just open it all up and I start to categorize them, put them in groups like that. It's up to you. Then I have that large stadium container. Here is the stadium container. Kind of put the alphas with the alphas and also put the 6x6 pads. I really wish though that these dividers were interchangeable, that I could move them over. That would be excellent because I don't have a lot of product that is this small unless I put it sideways. But I'm pretty sure that this is made to use scrapbooking.com products. I did cut the divider with an X-Acto knife. It's still there though. If I want to put it back in, I didn't completely cut it out in case I wanted to use this for like 6x12s or whatnot, but I actually just like to put my 12x12 in there. And then I'm gonna switch you over to my project tray cart. This is my project tray cart. So useful to separate collections or separate projects, obviously. On the top here, though, I have the other collections that I'm going to use. I know that there is one beachy photo and I want to use this Dear Lizzie. And then I want to use these puppies. They are just so cute by Fantastico. Actually, Obed Marshall's collection is great. I might use that for Chinatown. And then black, because there's a lot of black in Simple Stories summer collections. And then some gold. And then I got out the Oasis, like I said, whatever I have left of it. I'm gonna try to use it up. It is West Coast inspired. And then I pulled out Moonlight Magic because the Botanical Gardens. This is for the East Coast, and I will get more into that when I actually start documenting on that. But I did start to put away some stuff that reminded me of the East Coast. These letters just reminded me of New York's subway. For some reason, it just kind of, I don't know, reminds me of the city. Maybe because there's a lot of bookstores in the city. And then this is the notebook that I'm going to use. And then some paper that reminds me of New York. Anything like that, I'll just put this in the New York tray or the East Coast tray. And then this one says maybe Cali. I think is because Heidi Swap has a lot of like desert type of paper. I think she's in Arizona, right? I don't know, but she does have that feel in her collections. And then I brought out Set Sail. We did go boating. It wasn't a sailboat, but maybe there's something in there that I could use from when we did go on a boat. That is kept by my desk. This bag, y'all, is gonna be my next video. This is gonna be like a little haul from everything from my trip. I didn't have much time to do any shopping really. It just wasn't that type of trip. The most time that I had was maybe 20 minutes. I did go into 2 scrapbook stores, and then I'll show y'all like my ephemera stuff as I continue to document, but that's what my next video is gonna be about. Okay, and that is it, my friends. So I'll definitely be posting up some videos of the process. I think more shorts than anything. I'm from the era of when you came on YouTube, it was usually like a how-to or trying to learn something or explain something that you didn't know before, and that's why you came on YouTube, because there's a YouTube video on how to do something or figure something out, right? YouTube for me when it came to scrapbooking was to learn any tips and tricks. But in this type of notebook documenting scrapbooking, there's not a lot of like tips and tricks that I post. I don't know, just playing around with pretty paper. And so I'm like, well, I don't know, do people still want to see videos like that? Like even if you're not necessarily learning something, but perhaps now people want to follow along in the process, and that's totally cool too. I like to play those type of videos when I'm crafting and I know I'm not necessarily going to be looking at the screen. I'm trying to look for those type of videos where I'm just listening to their process. But anyway, let me know in the comments below if you're one of those. Okay, I'll see y'all in my next video, which I'm going to be showing you what I picked up in my travels.